In the ever-evolving theatre of British politics, the recent moves by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, particularly his decision to bring back former Prime Minister David Cameron, have sparked a flurry of reactions. This blog critically examines these developments, offering a perspective that blends satire with a keen analysis of the current political landscape. Turning back the political clock. Sunak's decision to bring Cameron back into the fray resembles attempting to replay an old, somewhat worn-out record. It's an effort to recapture past glories or, perhaps more cynically, to revisit senior policies under the guise of experience and stability. This move, however, feels disconnected from the current socio-political climate, which is marked by a clamoring for progress and change. It's as if Sunak is trying to solve today's complex, digital age problems with a strategy from a bygone analog era. The symbolism of parliamentary votes on foreign affairs. The idea of the UK Parliament voting on issues like foreign conflict ceasefires brings us to another critical point. While such votes are heavily publicized and debated, they often hold little sway on the international stage. The belief that such actions might influence foreign policy decisions of other nations is more an exercise in symbolic posturing than a practical political maneuver. It's a grand display of local power that, in reality, echoes faintly beyond the borders. The economic game, monopoly versus reality. Sunak's handling of the economy, particularly in the context of rising inflation and economic uncertainty, draws parallels with a game of monopoly. There's a sense of playing with theoretical money, of moving figures around without fully grasping the tangible impact on the average citizen. While it may look impressive on paper, or a spreadsheet, this approach needs to address the nuanced realities of economic hardship many face. It's a high-stakes game where the stakes are real lives and livelihoods. The role of nostalgia in politics. The re-emergence of figures like Cameron under Sunak's leadership also highlights a broader political issue, the reliance on nostalgia. It's a looking back to better days, a political comfort zone, instead of boldly tackling the future's uncertainties. While it may offer temporary solace, this nostalgia often hinders genuine progress and adaptation to new global challenges. Conclusion: the need for forward-thinking leadership. As we navigate these complex and turbulent times, there is a pressing need for leadership that looks forward, not backwards. Leaders must be willing to embrace new ideas, adapt to changing circumstances, and understand the global context of their decisions. The return to old faces and ways may offer a temporary anchor, but forward-thinking, innovative approaches will steer the ship through these uncharted waters. In conclusion, Sunak's recent decisions, including bringing back Cameron and the symbolic parliamentary votes on international matters, reflect a political strategy deeply rooted in nostalgia and symbolism. While comforting to some, these moves might not solve the pressing challenges of today's dynamic and interconnected world. The future calls for leaders who are not just players in the political game but also shapers of a new, progressive path forward.